We are done with the first semester. I'm gonna bring you our recap, review, and redos of the 2021-2022 first semester of homeschool and also our December update. Stick around. Welcome to the channel. My name is Morgan here at The Life of Tillmans. If this is your first time, welcome. I am so happy to have you here in this space. I hope that while you're here, you find everything that you need, love, and enjoy right here on the channel. If you haven't done so already, go ahead, click that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you do not miss any of the videos uploaded on the channel. If you've been with me before, welcome back. It's December. Not even that, it's the end of December going into the start of a new year, the year 2022. Go in with zero expectations. Just go. So, as always, I'm going to bring you our monthly update, but I'm also going to wrap in there everything that I have taken in about the first semester of the 2021-2022 school year, because it's over. It's done. Now all we can do is look back and learn from it, right? So I'm just gonna share with you how things went. I'm gonna start with just our December. It was busy. It's the holiday season. That was not how we wanted it to be, but it was busy. So as far as curriculum goes, for the month of December, we really did not touch our core curriculum. We did, however, do lots of games related to learning. So language arts, math games. I even just made up stuff just to kind of keep our minds moving and on things. But we had a great December. I did order a few new things that we will be starting up in January, and they're not new, but I'll tell you more about those as well. But other than that, as far as curriculum goes, we didn't touch it. Nothing at all. It was just a no curriculum month, which is fine. That was pretty much my plan, if that's what the girls wanted, and that's how it went. So we went with that. Outside of curriculum and just learning, the month was filled with just joy and fun and laughter. We did some good exploring. We went ice skating. And I'll drop some pictures for you guys to be able to see, and maybe even a couple of videos. But ice skating. This was the girls' first time ice skating. I have been ice skating, but I don't remember how long ago. I just know that I've been. So I'm going to say it was my first time too. It was a little rough when we got out there at first, but we had a good time. So that was nice. And it was not too cold. It wasn't too warm. Just right. Got out there with some friends and had a really good time. So that was nice. What else did we do? Lots of crafts. You guys know in fashion, we did tons of crafts. I will also add in pictures of those, but we did, oh, here we go. Here's one of them I can show you. Stained glass nativity scene. Really cool. Each of the girls did one. This was so easy, guys. So easy. Just tissue paper, lots of colorful tissue paper. You can get a huge pack of it from the dollar store, super cheap for $1. Contact paper, found this at Hobby Lobby for maybe about $5 a roll of it. And then I printed off a nativity scene silhouette and I cut it. That was probably the most taxing part, was going through and cutting out the nativity scene, but this was awesome. The girls had a really good time. And this is something that you can't tear it very good, so we'll keep these. And they each wrote their name on the back and the year. That was fun. What else did we do? We painted these little, I don't know, I call them party face things with a stick. We did a reindeer and a snowman, each of us. That was really fun too. We also made soap. Gosh, I can't even remember everything that we did. We went on a journey to do 12 days of Christmas crafts. I think we got to day number 11 before we had some other really fun stuff come up, and so we stopped. But we did end up doing another craft. I just didn't add it to the 12 days of Christmas crafts, but we essentially did probably maybe 20 crafts for the month of December, which is great considering there are only like 31 days in the month. So that was awesome. What else did we do? We did some yarn art and some pine cone yarn stuff, and we made lots of snowmen and decorated gingerbreads. I'll show you guys pictures of everything. I can't even think of everything right now. The girls have like run off with it all and put it in their rooms because they wanted to keep it. They were super excited about making it all. But we did a ton of holiday crafts. I can say one of the biggest things that really stuck out for the month of December was our Advent studies. Hats off, absolutely the best. Both fun and what I would say the right amount of seriousness for our girls to understand exactly what this time of year is all about, what the Christmas season really stands for. Lots of family activities within those books that we enjoyed. We mainly stayed in one book and did some activities and a few readings out of another book. And next year I will just switch it up, and I will do the book that we did a majority of the activities out of. I will do the readings in that book, and then we'll do the other activities again in the other book. But we loved both of them. If I really had time to read both of the books every single day, we would have done that. Great books, very child friendly. My girls are 10, 8, and 4, and even the 4-year-old, she was able to participate in a lot of the activities that we did. It was awesome. Oh, another thing that we made, I'll show you a picture of that too, is, I don't know, they call it like muddy mix or something, muddy chocolate mix or something, where it's like Chex Mix and flour and chocolate and like any type of like nut butter or seed butter mixed in. So good. We used that, and when we went to go and look at Christmas lights, we were like munching on it. It was so good. That was another thing that we did, was go and watch Christmas lights. I'm just throwing everything off at the top of my head because this has been a jam-packed month. It's been really busy. We also had a few doctor's appointments in there, still working to try and get our youngest daughter some speech therapy. So we're going through the hearing assessment part of that. But everything so far has checked out really good. So it may just need me. I can't talk today. Oh my goodness. It may just mean that she needs just a little bit more help with her speech to kind of catch her up to where she should be. But so far, results have been great. And that is a true blessing, that there are no structural issues within her hearing. So we're on that journey. But I mention that because, you know, God always comes through. He shows up for us even when we don't show up for ourselves. And he has been walking us through this process, and I have felt completely comfortable with it the entire time. So that is a blessing that I've not had to worry about that. What else did we do? What else? Oh, Brenna, our oldest daughter, graduated or was promoted to the next Sunday school class, and she also did the welcome for that event at our church. Magdalene had her Christmas recital. She did amazing. Lots and lots of family there, but she blossomed and shined, and this was a dance that I've never seen her do before. She does palm dances. This was just something different, and something different came out in her in this dance too, which was amazing. It was just awesome. And she was so happy and smiling and loved every bit of it. So we are diving into competition season for dance. So I'm ready. I am like turning all into the dance mom these days. Another book that we loved was the Santa in the City book. So cute. The girls wanted to read it over and over and over again. I will put a picture of it up here. I know it's past the Christmas season, but maybe add it to your list for books for next year. They really enjoyed reading that book. It was like one of our go-tos, along with the Advent books that we had. And I will link down below the video where I talked about the Advent books so you can take a look at those. And if you want to grab them from next year, then you can. We also went and saw the movie Sing 2 on Christmas Eve, which has become a tradition of ours to see a movie on Christmas Eve. Love the movie. If you have not had a chance to see it, definitely go check it out. That will be one that we will purchase so that we can watch again. We did lots of cooking. Our Christmas Eve was nice. We were here, just the 5 of us. I cooked some new food. The girls helped. We ate, we sat down and just hung out. We also went to go and see my mother on Christmas Eve, and the girls were able to open up everything that she had purchased for them for Christmas, which was nice, and they spent a couple of days playing with that. One thing that we did do different this year was the girls had always get an abundance of gifts from different people. And in the past, they would open everything up with the exception of one gift, because they would open one gift on Christmas Eve, and everything else would be opened up on Christmas Day. This year, I decided that we would spread out the gift opening because it would allow them the opportunity to really see what they have, know where it came from, and play with it before they opened up something else. So we spread out the gift opening, and believe it or not, the girls still have gifts to open from 2 different people. And we will get to those before the new year. But it really allowed them the opportunity to soak it all in and see what they had and play with what they wanted to, and they weren't overwhelmed. And I wasn't overwhelmed, my husband either, just from everything being opened up. And now what, so we are just slowly playing with, everything that they have. They had lots of sewing kits. They got a lot of educational toys, and I will have to show you guys what people bought them. I did show you a few things, but there were tons of other things that came in after that. So I'll show you guys. I'll do a video after the first of the year of like the educational things that they did receive for Christmas that they have loved, and we're gonna just incorporate those right into our homeschool. So shout out to everyone who loves to buy educational gifts for children. So that was good. That was different to spread out the gift opening. At first they were kind of like, huh? But they loved it because it gave them a good 48 hours to really play with different things. And we were intentional about sitting down, opening up those gifts and playing with them, reading the instructions and actually seeing how they work before we get back into the hustle and bustle of our homeschool year. Because sometimes I'm like, we don't have time to read directions. I know it may seem like it only takes 5 or 10 minutes, but sometimes it takes longer. Some games and things can be really intense, and there's lots of instructions and it takes a lot of thought. So we took this time to go through those things that take a little bit more thought so that later on we already know how to play them. We can just pull them out and play them, it was nice. The girls had lots of crafts that they received from other people. So they did do those things like crocheting kits and knitting and sewing. They are just all over it. They also received books, which are always a plus, always. So I'll show all of you that stuff in a few weeks. So be on the lookout for that. Okay, so here is the semester stuff. The first thing I'm going to do is a recap. Our word for the school year, which I introduced back in August, was intentional. It still is intentional. We are carrying it over second semester. We are going to continue being intentional, and we have been very, very intentional with everything that we have done. Have we done it all perfectly? No, I don't believe in perfect, but we're going to strive for it. And so we're holding on to that word. We are keeping that focus so that we know where we're headed. Other things, we started out with Saxon Math for my 4th grader, teaching textbooks for my 3rd grader. We are doing master books for language arts for 3rd and 4th grade. I will link our playlist. I have a playlist of all of our curriculum down below. We have not switched anything. We have not changed curriculum since we started the beginning of the school year, which is awesome that we have found things that work for us. That is a big, big deal. So as far as the recap goes and curriculum, we haven't changed anything. Highlights of the semester, the growth. Gosh, so much growth in the girls and in myself as far as our homeschool journey. Our shoulders are not here anymore. Like we're relaxed and we're enjoying it. We're in a really good groove. We had some changes that we had to make, and I was a little worried that those changes would take us out of our groove. And there are seasons. I talk about seasons all the time, and we have seasons in life. There's seasons in your homeschool as well, and we are just in a good season right now. There's always need for improvement, but when I look at the highlights, just all of the fun that we've had and our perspective being changed, the growth in us and how we look at things, but in our flexibility, as well as the girls' growth in their knowledge base, in their desires for reading and seeking out additional information. We've had a great semester. It doesn't mean that it was without issues, but one thing for me is that I can say that those issues or any struggles that I felt like we may have had because we were in that moment really weren't as bad or as maybe I felt like at that time. A lot of times when I think back on some of the issues and struggles that we had, they were all because we were resistant to things that needed to change, or somebody just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I mean, we just woke up and had a bad start to the morning. And I use the word bad like it was just a rough start to the morning, and you have to just sit down and say, let's reset. Let's reset in this moment. Let's find our good place. Let's remember why we're here, and let's keep going. And when we did that, a lot of our resets would be like turn on some music, jump up and down, go outside for some fresh air, and we would reset. And 2 years ago, the reset would have been like throw the whole day away, come back tomorrow, which those days still happen. But knowing that we can reset in the morning at the beginning of our day and not feel like the whole day is lost, that is a major thing. That's growth. So I'm looking at the growth. So when it comes to highlights, the whole thing was a highlight. It was all just an opportunity to look back on and say, we did this. We were here. We felt this way. We remember that. And look where we are now. It's all a win-win. And when I talk about a review of the semester, it's the same. It's just like, how did things go? What did that look like? Our recap, curriculum all stay the same, review, growth, and everything that goes along with that. Just a really good opportunity. Now, there are things that need to be reassessed. And some things that we have reassessed would be, number one, our history curriculum. My plan initially was to restart our history curriculum, which is Oh Freedom, beginning in January. But I have decided, because there is so much reading with our My Father's World curriculum, which is great. And there's also an additional reading that goes along with Oh Freedom, which is great. However, putting those two together every single day doesn't work for our household right now. What we are going to do is we are going to restart our history curriculum around April or May, and we're going to make it the main focus of our summer. I think it's the perfect opportunity. We have lighter summers. We will still touch on language arts and math to keep us fresh in those areas, but we're just going to dive into our history curriculum over the summer, along with all the other summer activities that we do. And that will be the perfect spot for it, I believe. That is my plan for now. So I am going to just reassess, reset on our history curriculum. We have all of the materials. I did check out all the books from the library, so I will return those to the library and I will just check them out again when it gets time for us to start that in April or May. And then we'll restart that curriculum. The girls are actually a little bit bummed about that. They were like, Mom, we really were enjoying it. And they were. We just don't have that time to make it a continuous thing to where we're not like forgetting what we read and, all of that. So I want to make it to where we can seamlessly move through that curriculum, and I don't have to always go back and say, okay, last time, and recap what we were going through, to make it a little bit easier for us and a little bit lighter on our time load. It was just heavy to try to have that and all of the other things that we have going on right now with that curriculum. So that's what I've decided to do, but I feel good about that and I'm ready. So I'm just going to put that down for a little while and then we'll come back to it and we'll have like a renewed sense of everything, because we'll be done with a lot of different things that we're working on right now, and it'll just make room for that specific curriculum, and we'll handle it during the summer. Another thing that I have reassessed is our supplements. I do have lots of supplements and supplemental curriculum materials. It could be anything that, like, some things that I pick up from the Target dollar spot to help with math or reading comp or whatever it might be. We have different books. I have pulled those out because they were hidden away and they were not being used. I want to be able to use those supplements whenever we need them, and I want them to be easily accessible. So I have pulled those out and I have gone through those and they are available. So if we need reinforcement and we need to pull out a supplemental material, I have it available. The girls know where it is and we can just grab it. That is something that I hadn't done in the past. It was kind of tucked away and I just didn't even think about it. So that's available. Those are the things that I have done for this semester. And that is it, guys. That is a review. Like, we're not changing anything. I'm not like dropping anything and picking anything up. I'm just happy that we don't have to change anything. Magdalene has kind of expressed the teaching textbooks has not been satisfying her, but I believe that we have kind of gotten over that hump just a little bit. So we'll keep going, and hopefully she only has maybe 30 lessons left. So if she can make it through those 30 lessons with a smile on her face, I'm good. And then we'll see what next year may bring. I hope that you weren't disappointed. This is our review, and it's one that I'm definitely happy to share with all the ups and downs that have gone on for this first semester. I'm excited about semester 2 of this school year. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell, and I will see you right back here at the Life of Tillmans for another video next time. Bye, guys.